Hello everyone, my name is Julie. I've got one of my favorite Beatles songs today that I'm going to teach you. She's Leaving Home off of their Sgt. Pepper's album. Now, Beatles purists, you're probably wondering, why is there a capo on my guitar? Yes, Paul plays this in the key of E with no capo, but I'll tell you what, after some debating with myself as to whether or not to use a capo, I've decided to use one solely for the purpose that I can show you that little introductory harp part. What you're going to need is to put your hand on a D major type shape, but take your pinky and put it on the 4th fret of the D string. Yes, that's the D string, or 4th string. And what you're going to do is you're going to arpeggiate it like this. So you got D, G, B, and then you're going to go back to G, back to B, and back to G, like this. And then you're going to go up to the high E or the 1st string, and then you're going to come back to B. Then you're going to take your pinky, move it over to the 4th fret of the G string, take it off, take off that 1st finger, put it back on. This all happens on the G or the 3rd string. So all together sounds like this. And that goes twice, so I'll do it again. So when it's up to speed, you get a pretty good approximation of how that harp part goes in the beginning. And that is why I've decided to use capo on the 2nd fret. Now, let's get into the rest of our song. So the chords we need for the beginning: D, A minor, E minor 7, B minor, and then we're going to take our 1st finger and lay it over the E string, the low E, 6th string, so we have B minor over F sharp, and then E7. Now, you're probably wondering why I'm playing E7 this way with my pinky on the 3rd fret of the B string. I'll show you that in a second, but let's get to our strumming pattern. So this is a waltz, so what you're going to do is you're going to go pick, down, down, like so. So we got D, A minor, E minor 7, E minor 7 again, B minor over F sharp, E7. That's our first part. And with vocals, sounds kind of like this. Wednesday morning at 5 o'clock as the day begins. Then we have our next part. Now, this is why I'm using this E7 shape. So I can play this A7sus4, and all I've really got to do is move my 2nd and 3rd fingers like this. Do that for 2 measures, then we lift our pinky off. Again, and then lift it off to A7. So A7sus4 with pinky, A7 without pinky. So we do that, and then we go back into this part. G, A minor, E minor 7, E minor 7 again, B minor over F sharp, E7. Then A7sus4, 2 measures, and A7sus4, A7. And then we get into our chorus, the whole big high She's Leaving Home part. For that we need D major, and we're gonna kind of stay on D major for a little while. How many measures? Let's see. That's 4. So a total of 10 measures before we go to A minor 7. So with vocals, it sounds like this. She really gave the most of our lives, is leaving, sacrificed most of our lives. Home, A minor 7 for 2. And then we go to B minor and E7. like this. She's leaving home after living alone for so many years. So that's your chorus section. And after you do that, go back to your verse, go back to your chorus, then there's that little verse, and then our last chorus. Now keep in mind the transitions from the verse to the chorus. You're only going to play that E7 for one measure. So when you're listening to it, it's like, whoa, it goes right back into it. And that's why. So it's like, she's leaving home after living alone for so many years. Father's da, 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 da. So I wanted to point that out just so you know not to add that extra measure until the last chorus. That's the only time they add that extra measure of E7. So the last chorus sounds something like this. She, what did we do that was wrong is happening. Keep on D. Fun. A minor 7. B minor. E7. Back to B minor. 2 measures of E7. And then the last tagline, the she's leaving home, those chords, B minor, E7, G major, D. Sounds like this. She's leaving home, bye, bye, G, 2 measures. And we end on D, and we have successfully completed learning how to play She's Leaving Home by the Beatles with the capo on the 2nd fret. Thanks a lot. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. To check out more Beatles videos, go to mahalo.com/playguitar.